I suppose you don't really meet your family until everyone thinks you're almost gone. My name is Margaret Lou Jenkins, and I'm 78 years old, living in the same little white house in Ohio where my late husband painted the porch railings every spring, even when his hands shook. The winters here still bite hard. Snow piles up along the mailbox, and I still make chili on Sundays because it warms the bones and gives the house that familiar smell of cumin and tomatoes. It's funny how food remembers people better than photographs. I didn't always notice the way my children looked at me differently after the doctor said the word terminal. Stage 4, lung cancer. I remember my daughter Elaine squeezing my hand a little too hard, already crying for a future that hadn't happened yet. My oldest son, Rick, asked practical questions: insurance, hospice, timelines. Practical has always been his love language. At first, the visits increased. Suddenly my calendar was full. Rick brought his wife, Sandra, who reorganized my pantry without asking. Elaine insisted on bringing over casseroles I didn't like but thanked her for anyway. My youngest son, Tom, who usually forgot to call, started showing up every Saturday with his kids, letting them run through the hallway like it was a playground. "You need anything, Mom?" they'd ask. I needed honesty, but instead I listened. I listened to whispers in the kitchen while I pretended to nap in my recliner. "I think the house is worth more than we thought," Sandra said once, not knowing I was awake. Rick replied, "We should talk to Mom about updating the will before it's too late." Too late, such a funny phrase. Between appointments and snowstorms, life kept going. I baked cookies with my grandkids even when my hands ached. We watched old westerns on Friday nights. I told them stories about walking to school in boots 2 sizes too big, about their grandpa proposing in a diner with a ring he couldn't afford yet. Those moments were real, pure, and they mattered more than anything written on paper. Then came the twist no one expected, especially not me. The cancer stopped progressing. The doctor used words like remarkable and medically rare. I used the word stubborn. I'd been that all my life. The visits slowed. Rick suddenly got busy. Elaine stopped calling every day. Sandra never reorganized anything again. Funny how love changes shape when the ending moves. I didn't confront them. Not yet. Instead, I waited. I updated my will quietly. I took long walks around the neighborhood when spring finally cracked winter open. I laughed with the ladies at bingo night. I lived. Last week, I invited everyone over for dinner. Pot roast, mashed potatoes, the good plates. They all came, smiling nervously, sitting around my table like children waiting for grades. I cleared my throat and said, "I have something important to share." They leaned in, and just before I told them, I realized something. I wasn't done teaching my family yet, but what I said next, well, that's a story for tomorrow.